500th edition of the Don Lane Show, seen throughout Australia on the National 9 Network. And now, for the 500th time, here's Don!
Thank you. Seats. And before he goes, a hand for Bert Newton, please, who's done all of this for us. Thank you very much. It's the first time people ever stood up for me without walking out. I thank you for that. Hi. Hi. Nice. And welcome to our 500th show. 500 shows. Amazing. It's hard to believe. 6.5 years. Whew. Just imagine, that's 750 hours of live entertainment. I wish I could say the same thing about my love life. And of course, to help us celebrate tonight, live by satellite from London, television's most unusual romantic couple, the Lady Di and Prince Charles of Videoland. Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. And of course, live in the studio, a show business legend. This guy has had more hit records than you can count. I'm telling you, unbelievable. Mr. Rhythm himself, the great Frankie Lane, will be here tonight. Frankie's doing one of his biggest hits tonight, and it's dedicated to the Victorian Railways, Mule Train. And they tell me that Bert has gone through miles of videotape to select some of the fun moments of the last 6.5 years. Now, I haven't been allowed to see it yet, so all of us in here and at home will be seeing it together for the first time, and I'm looking forward to that. And with a special surprise spot tonight, one of my favorite funny men and comedy writers and New Faces judge, Tim Evans, is here, too. And the fabulous Marcia Hines will be launching her new single for us tonight. That's good. And to get us going, wait to see what they got there. How about this for an opening quadrilla? Jackie Love and Jane Scarley singing together, and the Tony Bartuccio dancers, and Jeff Hales in the orchestra. Put your hands together, and we got a good one for you tonight.
Parading topless under bright light. That's really showing.
right, that's Flo Ziegfeld and a whole lot. Steps and glamour and girls and dancers and music and everything. It's all there, isn't it? Nice. Lovely kid, beautiful. Let me tell you. Beautiful. Really, really lovely. And that's a great way to open a show. And I thank you, by the way, for that wonderful reaction on the opening. I really appreciated that. Two of the most popular Muppet characters are Miss Piggy and Kermit. We're thrilled that they could join us tonight for our 500th birthday celebrations. We're going to cross now live to London, where the best frog in the news reporting business is on location. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Kermit the Frog. Here he is. Right. There we are. Kermit the Frog. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Hello, Kermit.
How are you? How are you? Yes, I'm
thank
speaking to you. Well, I'm speaking to you live from London, England, and it's a beautiful day here in London. It's a typical English day.
And very, very nice for us to be able to meet you, Kermit. And thank you for joining us for the celebrations.
A pleasure.
Does it make you self-conscious at all to have been tabbed as the best frog in the news reporting business?
Actually, there's not a lot of competition.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of other frogs have tried to go into this business, but so far I'm the only one that's made it.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering if other frogs would be envious.
Well, it's actually job discrimination.
Is it? Yeah.
And I've been trying to campaign to allow more frogs to work in this medium, you see?
Well,
but so far I've been rather unsuccessful.
Well, I don't blame you. I mean, everybody has to stick up for their peers, don't they?
They're what?
No, but never mind. It's okay.
Stick up for your peers?
Yes, right, yes.
Yes, of course, I'm sure of it.
Right.
Hey, incidentally, in connection with my news reporting, I'm speaking to you here from a typical London street, and I was going to interview a typical American tourist. Here comes a typical American tourist now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes, there is a typical American tourist. Oh, hello. Listen to that applause. Well, a big Australian hello to you, Miss Piggy. How nice to meet you.
And to you.
I must say, I am quite taken back. It's more than what I expected. You are much more beautiful and glamorous in person than even on the Muppet shows.
Yes, glamour does go through satellites.
Yes.
It goes through satellites. We're on a live show, Kermit.
Yes, of course.
Right. I understand that. Right. I have this book here, which I was quite amazed at. I mean, this has put beauty in another dimension. It's called Miss Piggy's Guide to Life.
Yes, this is true.
And in it, you have given the secrets of your beauty to all the women around the world.
Yes, this is true. And my real reason for giving secrets of beauty to all women in the world is this.
That's very nice. I thank you very much for that.
Yes. Actually,
What are you doing with this picture?
I bought it for the frame.
Kermit, you're not the jealous type, are you?
No, of course I'm not jealous. No.
No, Kermit has read my book, Miss Piggy's Guide to Life.
I've read her book, yes.
Yes, which answers all the questions that anybody in the world would ever have for anything.
You do have an...
I'm sorry, and Kermit has helped me on this book because
not.
I've tested everything out on my frog.
What? You've not tested out anything on me.
I'd rather not talk about it anymore.
I'd rather not talk about it either, except you've never tested anything out on me.
Will you please not fight? This is all the way to Australia. Now stop it. You're embarrassing. Excuse me. You're embarrassing.
Yes.
You will just stop it now.
I never did fighting.
I'm sorry, Don. Go ahead.
It had nothing to do with the book.
Will you stop it, please?
I've never even read the book.
I am not going to fight all the way to Australia with you.
Good.
Excuse me, have you
Well,
two...
then, what is it?
I'm terribly sorry. It's me again, Don.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you, Kermit. Has this...
Oh, good. Thank you, yes.
Have you two ever been officially engaged?
I'm in shadow.
Of course you're in shadow. I've never been engaged. No, of course we've never been engaged. And we never will be engaged either. Because there's nothing between us, I want you to know.
He protests too much.
Do not.
Yes, dear.
Well, yes, dear me, there's nothing between us, Don.
I must say this, too, to Miss Piggy. You are so self-confident and so assured and such a liberated person. Why is it that you have never called yourself Ms. Piggy?
Well, Donny Pooh. I feel it is most important for moi to be, first of all, a lady. And I feel it is not necessary to have an M.S. period in one's name in order to get what one wants. If you get my drift.
Yes, I certainly do. This great caper movie, this great Muppet caper movie is another sterling success for the both of you in the motion picture industry?
Yes.
Yes. And it's coming to Australia in December, I want you to know.
Yes, my frog and moi.
The Great Muppet Caper.
Yes.
It's a wonderful movie, too.
Yes.
Well, we're about to show a little scene from this movie so the people in Australia...
Oh, boy, yes.
Good.
This is the famous... in fact, this is the scene that most people were talking about the motion picture.
Yes.
The very, very
Yes.
funny taxi scene where... yes.
Hold it!
What?
I'm not in that scene.
Well,
You are not showing that scene, Lane.
It's a very good scene.
Wait a minute. What happened to Donny Pooh? What happened to...
You show that scene and Moonface takes over.
Oh, I get your drift. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. I was
Stand back
amazed...
here and watch.
I was amazed to see one of the most startling production numbers since the days of Flo Ziegfeld, and I think that perhaps maybe we'll change our mind and we will show Miss Piggy in her huge, gigantic song and dance production number. Here's just
Donny Pooh.
here's just a little piece of that. Have a look here.
Okay, it's good, too.
All right. I can't believe it. I can't
Pig
believe it.
tap dances.
Tap dancing and everything. Where did you learn to tap dance like that, Miss Piggy?
Pigs have natural rhythm.
Do they? I was really happy to find that in this motion picture, one of Diana Rigg is in this movie, isn't she?
Yes, she's a dear close friend of mine.
I
she's
find
beautiful.
her. Oh, she's one of the most beautiful, sexy, attractive women I've ever seen in motion
Oh,
pictures.
she is. She really is.
That's enough for you two.
I love Diana Rigg.
Yes, so do I. But could we talk about Jim Henson and Frank Oz, the fellas that created you people?
What?
Well, you were
You
created
have to.
by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. Were you just an ordinary pig when they found you, Miss Piggy?
I don't understand they. I don't know who they are. But,
Somehow we don't relate to this.
don't understand.
Well, I thought that you two knew Frank Henson and Jim Henson and Frank Oz, who,
I don't know who these people are.
well,
They're probably some hangers-on.
We've never.
well, from what I heard, they were the creators of you people. I mean, they've done everything for you in this business.
We hear about them, too. They seem to have their hand in almost everything.
Yes. Well, I'd like to thank you very much. We're going to be talking to Jim Henson and Frank Oz as soon as we finish this next commercial break coming up.
Oh,
And,
I don't know. Sounds like a dull interview to me.
yeah, well, we'll give it a
Probably
try.
will be.
Can I thank you both very much for joining us on our 500th show? And we couldn't have two bigger or brighter stars. Oh, listen, by the way, you're in London, Miss Piggy. Have they asked you to go over to the palace?
Oh, I'm so terribly busy.
Oh, are you? Yes. No time for that.
Well, I'm certain there will be time in the future, but right now I have to turn down all requests just to be with my frog.
Right. Well, good luck to you and your frog, and thank you very much. Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Jim Henson and Frank Oz and see another clip from the Great Muppet Caper. Hang in there, we got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome back. Of course, when we were talking to Miss Piggy and Kermit, we were talking to them about their latest movie, The Great Muppet Caper. And it has been heralded as a great success to the Muppet movie. Have a look at this scene. This is the taxi scene we were telling you about. I think you'll get a few laughs out of this. Look here.
Taxi! I don't know why the cabs won't stop.
Just leave it to me.
Taxi! That's very effective.
Yeah, it's great when it works.
Where are you guys going?
The Happiness Hotel.
Oh, good. That's where I'm going. How do you get there?
Haven't you ever been there?
Of course, I live there. I just don't know how to get there.
Well, just keep going straight. Okay, good. Now just keep going straight.
Will do. Sorry.
Just up ahead there on the right.
What is?
The Happiness Hotel.
Oh, yeah. What's your room number?
Well, I don't know. We're on the second floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can only take you as far as the lobby.
You can never find a cab when you need one.
Well, there you have it. And now is our chance to meet the creators of these wonderful characters, the man who 25 years ago created the whole Muppet concept, Jim Henson, and the, quote, the person most responsible for the Muppets being funny, senior Muppet performer, Frank Oz. Say hello to those two, will you? That's lovely to meet you. Hiya, boys. Hi. We just showed that taxi. Now, wait a minute. Who is Jim and who is Frank?
I'm Jim.
I'm Frank.
Okay, now I got it right. Tell me about this. 25 years ago, Jim, did you ever imagine it would reach these proportions?
Well, no, I guess not. I started in local television in Washington, D.C., and it was just something that was fun to do. I enjoyed puppets, and I really wanted to work on television, and that's how I got into it all. But, of course, I never had any idea it would end up like this.
Well, it certainly has taken the world by storm. Frank, this movie, The Great Muppet Caper, another great effort on your part. Are you happy about it?
Oh, I think it's great fun. I think it's better than the first. We had a chance to try out a lot of new things like the Piggy tap dancing, and there's some spectacular things. She even swims in this movie.
Right. We had Leo Sayer on the program just a couple of weeks ago, and we were kidding him about the fact that he did so great on the Muppet Show, but he's the only one that's about the same size as the Muppets, I think.
Leo was great fun on the show.
Yeah.
It was great.
It really does. Well, what about in the future? There's another motion picture I understand that you're interested, that you're going to be making soon as well.
Yeah, we're just finishing, and we just finished shooting a film called Dark Crystal. And it's a film that will open in the States in the beginning of the summer. But it's a totally different it's a fantasy film involving creatures unlike anything we've ever done before. So we're kind of excited about that.
Don't you ever marvel at the things that come out of the heads of the people that work around you? I mean, I can't believe some of these characters that you come up with.
We're a very sick group.
Yeah.
It's very good therapy for us more than anything else.
Are any of them based on any real people that you know?
Usually not. Usually we start off creating sort of a comedy type of person. and but generally it's not based on anyone. Ordinarily, people come up with somebody they think looks like, Miss Piggy, or they'll come up with somebody that looks like Kermit, which I can't quite imagine. But
I just feel very sorry for those people.
Well, we often kid. We have Professor Julius Sumner Miller on the show sometimes, and I think he looks exactly like the heckler up in the box in the theater.
Oh, Statler Waldorf.
Yeah, right.
That's right. That's right.
He does. Well, listen, fellas, thank you very, very much for talking with us. And by the way, you may be a bit upset about this. I talked to Miss Piggy and Kermit, and they had no idea who you two fellas are. Is there any explanation for that?
I don't know who are they? I don't know who they are.
Kermit, Miss Piggy.
We should mention one thing. We're kind of excited about Sesame Street Live, which is a live performance coming to Australia.
That's right.
And,
how often is that going to be live?
Well, that'll be September 26th, opening in Sydney.
December.
December
I'm
26th.
sorry, December.
Day after Christmas it starts.
And it's just a big, lavish musical show with all the Sesame Street characters, costumes. So
That's going to be touring around Australia. It toured around the United States last year, and we're very happy with that thing.
Oh, well, that'll be great. You'll have everybody, adults and kids, in an uproar over here with something like that, I'm sure. It'll probably be one of the most successful tours you've ever had. Thank you for joining us for our 500th, and I really appreciate it. And if you see Miss Piggy, tell her, mwah to moi, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love you, boys. Thanks very much. Frank Oz, geniuses when it comes to entertainment. Okay. Back on this side of the satellite, currently on a national tour of Australia, once again, and packing them in everywhere. She's at the Festival Theatre Adelaide this Wednesday. She's agreed to perform this live on television. It's the launch of her new single. Marcia Hines is here with her band. Ain't many sing better than her. Her new single, What a Bitch Is Love. That's what it's called. And Marcia Hines. So, thank you very much for joining us for the 500th. It's nice to have you here.
Congratulations on the 500 on behalf of us all.
Oh, that's good, yeah. I recognize that. That's Enza, right?
Yes.
Yes, from the Pantano family.
Yeah,
Tony Pantano's
right,
sister. Yeah,
yeah.
right, yes. Nice to see you again. Hello, hello. Anyway, the tour, exciting, nice, good?
It's, it's long.
Long, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you always go on these long tours,
Yes,
don't you? I
we
mean,
do,
they take
we
you
do.
everywhere.
We're on the road for about 10 weeks, and we've been home last week for a week, and now we're on the road again, and it's good fun because we see a lot. It's great.
Good luck with it. And good luck
Thank
with
you.
the single, too. I
Thank
hope
you.
it does it for you.
Thanks.
Okay? Thanks.
Thank you.
Marcia Hines, everybody. We'll be back. Bert's got highlights from the 500 shows. I can't wait to see this myself. Hang in there. This could be something, right?
I just want one person to give me a standing ovation. The gentleman over there did. Thank you, sir. Thank you. How you doing?
I'm all right. Now, I've been hearing about this all week. Bert's picking out this and Bert's picking out that, so I really have no idea what this is.
Well, Don, let me tell you, for a start, it's a hell of a job. Right. I didn't do the major part of it. Peter Wynn, our executive producer, or whatever he is, he has spent day and night going through the Don Lane Show over the last 6.5 years to try and find many highlights that we can show you this evening. And you know something, all kidding aside, Don, and I want you to sit back almost as if you were just sitting here at home enjoying yourself.
Is this going to get embarrassing?
No, it's not at all. I think you're going to enjoy it, Don. I think you're going to probably realise, because you're so close to the program, and I'm not kidding, I'm not gagging.
Not gagging.
Because you're so close to the program, you mightn't realise just what the Lane Show has done in 6.5 years. And I'd like just to point out in the next 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes exactly some of the highlights that not only have been enjoyable to people right around Australia, but also have made television history. Let me start off by saying that the Don Lane Show was the first to introduce in Australia overseas satellite interviews. You've just seen one with Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. We've interviewed so many people, Don has, from all parts of the world. Let's refresh your memories.
Your daughter, Linda, how old is she now?
She will be 4 years tomorrow.
Does she yet realize who you are?
That's a funny question.
She does. Well,
she called me father this morning.
Someday when spring is here,
Oh, yes.
Over in England, we have a wonderful dog show. It's called Crufts. And last year, I put her into it, didn't I? I said I put you in the Crufts dog show last year. And
did she win?
The winner, I'll tell you the story. Hold on a minute. Shut your mouth and wait a minute.
Okay.
The winner got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and was highly commended. She had 2 fights, some sex, and was highly delighted.
This route we're following now, this is where the bride will walk, what you said.
The bride will walk down, and these seats will be full of people turning to look at her to find out what the dress is like, I expect.
Yes.
The wedding will take place there, where you're looking now, and then after the marriage, they will go on and walk up to the high altar, just as any marriage it features that in England.
Welcome to Playboy Mansion West.
Thank you very much. I think before we go any further, we should establish with people that Playboy Mansion West is not a hotel or a resort. It is Hugh Hefner's West Coast home.
That's correct. A very special home it is.
I now, by the authority committed to me as a minister of God's word and pursuant to the laws of the state of Nevada, do hereby pronounce you husband and wife. Ronald, you may kiss your wife.
Yeah, Don, I don't know whether I've told you before, but a couple of years ago, Patty and I were in Honolulu, and I was having a drink with a guy who worked in American television. He discovered then that I was an Australian, didn't realise I worked in television, and said, I believe there's an incredible program over there in Australia where they actually cross live by satellite to speak to people in any part of the world, and I was proud to say that I worked on that show. So that's a first for us. But of course, not only do we go to any part in the world to speak to famous people, they arrive here too in the studios of Studio 9, of Channel 9 in Richmond, Victoria, Australia, and some of the greatest names in the world have driven through those studio doors. Have a look at this.
That's true. on that stuff.
Well,
isn't it?
I
That's
suppose everybody has their favourite time of working on any show, but that is one night, certainly, that I will never forget.
I don't think anybody, you, me, Dave Gray, all the
And
people
also a Scottish performer whose name we can't remember, who happened to be on the show that night.
That's why he was doing a Harry Lauder impression or
Exactly,
something.
and it must have been the highlight of his night, too.
Yeah, right.
Well, here's somebody who wasn't a singer, wasn't a dancer, certainly was no Sammy Davis Jr. or Marsha Hines, but she was a lady who made more impact, I would suggest, than most guests we've had on this program in 6.5 years. She was discovered by one of our associate producers in England, flown to Australia for one appearance. Her appearance was so successful right throughout our country, she finished up making 4 appearances on our show. She did, well, you couldn't call them concert tours. I'll call them lecture tours of Australia.
Michael Edgley sent her around. Michael Edgley.
Over 40,000 people saw her in Australia at various venues as a result of 2 appearances on the Don Lane Show.
Amazing.
I'm speaking from this side of Doris Stokes.
Right, yeah.
And her name is Harris, love.
My name is Harris.
Harris.
This is
Rob Harris.
That's my mother, yeah.
That's right, and it's your mum, because she said you were her baby, and she hasn't been over all that long, my darling, has she? 'Cause it's only a tiny light.
Yes.
And she said, don't worry about me, love. You're grieving because you weren't there.
Yes,
at the
right.
end. Well, don't grieve, because I'm here. I'm alive. And watching over you just the same as I always did. Because they're singing happy birthday, and they said, no, not John, little one. Yes.
Now, this is Doris
Have you got
actually
a Michael living, dear?
lecturing at the Dulles Brooks Hall in Melbourne.
Look at that.
She also went to Sydney and various other parts of Australia. As I say, she was seen by an excess of 40,000 people, which
Absolutely
is quite
incredible, isn't it? Unbelievable.
She, incidentally, is still in England. I believe her health has not been 100% in the last couple of months. Of course, she wouldn't be watching our program tonight, but whilst I'm a skeptic, I have never met a nicer lady. If I be a skeptic, there are also quite a few detractors of the alleged ability of Doris Stokes. One of whom you had on the program, Don. This is one of my very favourite moments of television in which I happen not to appear. This is when Don and old friend James Randi got together.
You give us a lot of lip service about all this stuff that you're going to prove. You go against a lady like Doris Stokes who never harmed anybody in her whole life, and you call her a charlatan and a fake.
You know a great deal about it.
Yes, I do. You said that she was a liar on the radio. You called her a liar.
No.
And that woman wouldn't lie to
I have
anybody.
never
And I don't know
called
whether
the
she's
lady a
right or
liar.
wrong,
I
but
have
she wouldn't
never
lie to
called
anybody.
the
And we're
lady
going for
a
a commercial
fake.
break, and you can pick off. We'll be back in about Nice fella, James.
It wasn't very long after that I lost the title of Mr. Nice Guy over But you see, you've got to remember that this is live television. I mean, I was watching that particular sequence in my dressing room, and you've just seen it now and probably enjoyed it, even if you hadn't seen it before. But remember the night itself, when it actually happened. No videotape, live to air, right throughout Australia. There's a confrontation between 2 men of differing opinion. Don doesn't lose his cool all that easily.
America has forgotten
camera.
about live television.
As a matter of fact, I should say that it was very hard to get among the collection of tapes we've got another moment when Don perhaps showed a different side to his personality. Let me explain that TV Week had a competition, some years ago now, in which we invited over a young
Max, come out here!
called Debbie Lesnar.
Yeah,
now,
that's
she
right,
was
yeah.
a special guest of TV Week and the Channel 9 network. There was a competition run. They received over 50,000 entries. They were all put in what Max Morrison, our stage manager, designed, called a drop box. And the idea was that with the pulling of one rope or the pushing of one thing or other, I had a little basket of type affair, a little fishing net type thing, and I had to get one entry to choose the winner. Now, unfortunately, everybody has a bad night. For Max Morrison, this was a bloody disastrous night.
It's been going for 6.5 years, by the way.
Watch very carefully how Don, as Mr. Perry Como, handles the whole situation. 4 million people saw this live.
Watch it now, don't. Are you ready?
Yep.
1, 1, 2, 3. Oh. What?
Hey, Don.
What?
Pull it harder.
You always say that, you fool. Wait a minute. Ready? Steady. Thanks, Max. It's just terrific. This is Max who set this up, folks.
5 minutes later.
Whatever you do.
Oh, this is ludicrous.
This is
We're
ridiculous.
9 hours over. Can we have a ladder, please?
Does this mean my
Notice
numbers
how
cut?
Don's disposition has changed ever so much.
Max, leave it alone, Max. Really, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I got a better idea. Darling.
On the right of your screen is Debbie Lesnar, our special guest, who had not an idea of what was going on.
Nobody move. Don't touch anything. Wheel it in.
Here we go.
Hang on. Come here. No, squeeze open the swing. Put it on this corner. Max, leave it alone, Max.
15. This is 15 minutes later.
Just in case you've just tuned in. We're having fun on the late show. You might remember the Debbie Lesnar promotion we had. Well, we've got a net that won't open. Oh, you missed a tremendous time. Our stage coach has gone berserk. Don's furious. And Debbie's bewildered. Go back to the film and watch tomorrow's papers. We'll let you know what happened.
No, wait a minute, Max. I don't want...
Score at the moment, Don Lane, Max Morrison, line ball. I think we'll go to a commercial break. We'll come back and we'll give you the latest score.
Come here, Max.
And come straight back.
Give me the net, please.
Give you the net? Yep, certainly, Don.
Nobody would listen to me.
Once again, got to say too, of course, that Max, in fairness, he had earphones on. He was getting instructions from Peter Feynman. He couldn't really hear you. But my memory of that night is just saying, Max, you won't listen to me.
You know what the truth of the matter? The truth of the matter is, he saw me get mad, and he kept saying to Max, "Don't pay attention to Max. Keep doing what you're doing." Max couldn't hear me.
In 6.5 years, Don, I think you're allowed to get mad ever so occasionally.
Yeah.
I just want to say at this particular stage, for those people who may be in an age group who wouldn't remember things that have happened in these studios prior to the arrival of Don Lane, I used to work with a very famous television personality called Graham Kennedy. I worked with him for 12 or 13 years. In 1975, he left the Nine Network dramatically, and we haven't really worked together since then. Our friendship, of course, has never dimmed. We're still the best of mates. And a bloke called Don Lane walked into my professional and personal life. First up, I didn't think it would work, because after you've had a successful partnership with one person, it's very seldom that you get the chemistry to work with another.
Especially with America.
Don says, especially with an American. Matter of fact, my first line to you gaggingly was, "Yank, go home," or whatever. I was talked into it by my wife and by Peter Feynman, who are not one and the same. They said, just try it. And all of a sudden, 3 or 4 months later, I realised that I was onto a winner. This bloke over the last 6.5 years has allowed me to do anything and everything, for which I thank him, and I'd like you to share with me now some of the moments that Don and I have had together.
Right.
Hey, Paula! I want to marry you today. I'd like to announce the introduction of World Series cricket.
You got
What's the matter with you? Are you okay? No!
I love my sister.
Do you?
I really love her. I love her so much I can't tell.
Tiny kangaroo dance. So I tried his kangaroo dance, but it kicked me in the bum.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain.
Now we start. Okay, you know what to say, don't you?
That's terrific stuff.
Happy birthday again. Happy 500.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be back with Frankie Lane after these words. Take care. Welcome back. Okay. I'll tell you what, it was really fun. It's just amazing looking back on all that stuff. It's hard to believe we did all of that. And I just worked it out. If we do 6.5 more years, I'll be 55. I'm not going to stay here anymore. Frankie Lane is and will always remain one of the all-time great singers and recording artists. He's 68, by the way, and when you hear him, he's singing better than ever. Unbelievable. He has a list of hits as long as your arm, and I have to believe that he holds the record for most movie and television themes. I mean, I can think of about 4 right off the top of my head, from High Noon to Rawhide to the Mel Brooks zany flick Blazing Saddles. All of those songs recorded by Frankie Lane, and there's a lot more that I'm sure a lot of people out there keep in fond memories of a time when they were younger and doing other things. He's here celebrating our 500th with us. And he's going to sing one of his all-time classics, which, by the way, he's going to ask you all to join in with. And all it requires is a yee-haw or a yee-haw, whatever, when he points to you. You'll see where it is. It's Mule Train. Here's the great Frankie Lane. Yeah.
Yeah! Now, Don, this always works better. When it's time for the yell, I'll point to you. Okay? Clippity-clopping through the wind and rain. They'll keep going till they drop. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop, clippity-clippity, clippity-clippity, clippity-clopping along. There's a plug of Charnaback for a rancher in Corona. I get there for a cowboy way out in Arizona. I dress some calico for a pretty Navajo. Get a low mule. That ain't gonna do it. I'll give you one more chance. Get ready. Clippity-clopping on the mountain chain. Soon they're gonna reach the top. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop, clippity-clippity, clippity-clippity, clippity-clopping along. There's some cotton thread and needles for the folks away out yonder. A shovel for a miner who left his home to wander. Some rheumatism pills for the settlers in the hills. Get a long mule. I've heard louder than that at Sunday Mass. All right, one more time. Clippity-clopping through the wind and rain. They'll keep going till they drop. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop, clippity-clippity, clippity-clippity, clippity-clopping along. There's a letter full of sadness, like around the border. A pair of boots for someone who had them made to order. A Bible in the pack for the Reverend Mr. Black. Get along, mule. Get along, get along. That's it, it's over.
How are you, anyway?
I'm fine. How are
I
you?
gave away the secret. I told them that you were 68. I find it hard to believe.
There's no secret. I tell everybody.
Do you? Your singing is great as ever. It's
Thank
just
you.
terrific, Frank. I was surprised to find out today something I didn't know, that you used to make more money with your feet than you made with your voice.
At that time, yes.
Yes. What were you was a tap dancer or a ballroom
No,
dancer?
in those days, during the Depression, I used to follow the routes of the marathon dancers. We used to enter these endurance contests and then stand on our feet and dance for as long as we could, and then the winners eventually won the prize money, plus the entertainers who used to sing and dance and the comedians. Every time we performed, people would throw money to us, and the other contestants would pick it up and hand it to whoever did the performance. And so we made money that way.
Fantastic. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at you, and your glasses have got hinges on them. Why have they got hinges on them?
Well, this is for distance, and this is for oh, there you
are.
Oh,
hello. That's terrific.
I've never had to worry about bifocals.
Bifocals, oh, I see, yeah, right.
I've heard people say that sometimes a crack in the sidewalk looks like a chasm.
Yeah.
And sometimes a chasm looks like a crack.
Yeah.
That's when it's tough, you know. I've never had to worry about that.
I was also interested to find out that you're into sailing a lot now.
No, not sailing. I don't know where they got that impression.
What is it?
It's deep-sea fishing.
Oh, really?
We've been at it now for some time, and...
this is the country for that. Do you do it?
Yeah, we're going to stop in New Zealand on the way home for about 4 days and try our hand at it here. We've always wanted to go down there, up there, or sideways from here.
Whatever, I don't know. It's great to have you back here again.
Thank
This
you.
is about your umpteenth visit. I won't even like to mention how many times
no,
this is now.
I think it's our 8th time.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
And you're doing great, too. Let me tell the people where you are. The New South Wales clubs to the 31st of October, the 4th and the 8th of November. Penrith Leagues Club, you're going to be out there.
Yeah.
South Sydney Juniors, that's my favorite. 30th and 31st of October.
Mine,
And the
too.
only Melbourne appearance will be down here at the Palladium on November the 2nd. And if you're a Frankie Lane fan, there's no reason why you shouldn't be. You'll be out there. And up in Twin Townsend, Queensland, the 10th to the 15th of November. Only the best, Frankie Lane. Say thank you very much for coming in. Thank you. Stay here, you're all right. We're going for a break. When we come back, I got a beautiful song for you that I'm going to get a chance to sing. We'll be back. Hang on. Get along, mule. What's the biggest nuisance when you're enjoying the great Aussie outdoors?
You think you're going to enjoy that barbecue?
What kind of a voice is this you do?
Oh, this is my insect voice.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm a muzzy. May I sting you?
Yes.
Wouldn't have $20 until Friday, would you? You're not going to enjoy your barbecue without me enjoying it too, Morton.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
Oh, what have you got there?
You're the one who'll have to think again because I'm putting up an invisible barrier. Watch this.
Oh, it won't work on me. What? I say. What is that, Mortine?
It's an invisible barrier against insects with new Swish X. That's what it's
Swish X,
called.
or a different company, I beg your pardon.
It certainly is. Swiss S is what it's called.
It's starting to
Just
wear
a
through
series of sprays like this. Look at that. And it creates a long-lasting insect barrier. What?
You killed me. That invisible shield is there again. I can feel it. Can you?
Yes, I certainly can.
Congratulations.
I can feel the whole shield right over here. Can't you? Yes, that's good. So with Swiss X, with Swish X, you can picnic, barbecue, sunbathe, or do
need hands.
You can, whatever you do, outdoors, in your own insect-free zone. Swiss X, see, you make an insect-free zone like that, and insects can't come in.
An important thing too, Don.
What?
Doesn't affect your throat.
Swiss X kills and repels crawling, jumping, and flying insects, so the next time you're out of doors, put up your own invisible barrier.
Us insects hate. What's it called?
Swish X.
Swish X?
New Swiss X from Hortico. You don't have to spray it on your skin, but it keeps insects off your back. Watch this. Try and get on my back. Come on. Come on.
There's a barrier there.
I know. You can.
I'm going to break down the barrier.
No, you're not.
No more. No more, please.
I'm glad that our 500th show has fallen in this year, because this year has given me much to celebrate personally. It had a beginning filled with turmoil and changes that brought the knockers out in full force, predicting our demise. But determination and perseverance and a lot of very talented people and hard work sent those prophets of doom elsewhere, looking for new prey somewhere. But I also learned a lot about another kind of perseverance and determination in this year. a very talented and dedicated man named Ern Reynolds passed on to me a small part of his 75 years' experience in the world of the deaf. I learned to speak their language, very slowly, mind you, but nevertheless, through Ern's expertise and patience, I learned to communicate, and I made friends in the world of what they call the invisible handicap. And then I met and made friends of a different sort at the Dame Mary Herring Spastic Center. These were people who, in spite of their afflictions, still love and still think and still feel, and in some instances showed tremendous determination and very clever creative capacity, something often overlooked by the so-called normal people. Well, it proved something to me once and for all. We're all the same, God's children, human beings, and we were meant from the beginning to help and to understand each other. And on this, our 500th show, I'd like you to meet some of my new friends by way of this beautiful song. Wish I was your child. Hold me in your heart. We could love so free and know we'd never part. But I'm not a child, and wishes are just child's play, my love, and I'll never be afraid of who I am and who I'm not, come what may. Wish I was a bird, I'd warm you with my wings, safe from all the storms. You know true love can bring. But I'm not a bird, and wishes can just fly away, my love, and I'll never be afraid of who I am and who I love, come what may. But I'm not a bird, and wishes can just fly away, my love, and I'll never be afraid of who I am and who I am not, come what may. I am and who I'm not, come what may. This break with Tim Evans. We'll be right back. away.
Don, you have songs to sing. I have bananas to sell.
You're not gonna... Yes.
We have no bananas. We have no bananas today. Do you know something, Don?
If I knew something, would I be here with you?
Exactly.
Yes,
Do you know the second most widely consumed, ready-to-eat food on Earth is what?
Well, yeah, but you're going to tell me. I don't know.
The banana.
The banana.
The banana, I beg your pardon. Just about everyone loves their banana flavor.
Banana.
But most people just unzip them and eat them and miss out on all the creative things you can do. It goes wonderfully with that spray you hit me with before. It goes wonderfully.
Do that again. You do that with a lot of class. Look like the girl in the Flake commercial.
Oh, thanks very much.
No,
I knew the girl in the Flake commercial, eh? Wouldn't mind being the banana. Listen, you can do such wonderfully creative things, you know, with bananas, like barbecuing them. You can barbecue them.
You're kidding.
Truly.
Well, I'll be barbecued on...
Here's something you probably haven't tried before.
Here's something. What's this banana? This is bottom of a tea kettle down these
This
stairs.
is Billy Banana. Come on, Billy.
Come on,
You have to run, Billy. We're against time.
The odds are you're not going to make it, kid.
Now, here we are over here. Can you see us, Billy?
Can you see us?
You're a lovely banana,
How
aren't
are
you,
you,
Billy?
Billy? Everything all right,
There.
kid? Yeah, you're looking
Everything under
terrific.
control, eh?
Yeah,
What
right.
Kerry Packer will do for money.
Yes.
Anyway, you probably haven't seen before a banana souffle created by Chef John Laurie of Maxim's... Oh, careful of your souffles, Billy.
What's it?
Created by John Laurie, who is the chef at Maxim's restaurant here in Melbourne. It's one of the great chef's favourite banana recipes. Look at them. Souffle.
They're the ones that are featured in the Family Circle magazine.
Family Circle magazine. That's the one there, yes.
Right, yes, banana.
That's the one. I beg your pardon.
Yes.
Yes, and look, in Family Circle, try them soon and get that... Tom squeezed my banana. Try them soon and get that worldwide... story of my life. The story of my life. Get that wide favourite flavour. Always be prepared. I'm an old Boy Scout. Get the wide favourite flavour. Would you like to have 2 bananas? Of bananas, and try it in your cookie.
Right, okay. Well,
Oh, delicious.
have a look at that. He loves it. Look at that. Look at it. He loves it. Thank you very much. We have a staff of comedy right here. Tim Evans is one of my comedy writers and also a comedian. Now, mind you, Tim is no ordinary comic. He's not that good. Tim Evans has put something into comedy that very few others have. It's called silence. But I love Tim. We have a great time whenever he joins us. I also have a great time working with him, too. And tonight he's told me that what he's going to do is a surprise. I have no idea what he's playing, so without further ado, my good friend, my writer, and one of the really fine, funny people in the business, Mr. Tim Evans. Say hello.
Thank you. Listen, I thought since it was the 500th show that I would do something special. And mind you, it's taken weeks and weeks of research, but tonight, Don Lane, this is your life. You were born on November 1933 in the Bronx. You came from a humble background. As a matter of fact, your parents couldn't really afford to have children, so the lady next door had you. Even your brother Arthur was made in Japan, and times were tough then, and at the age of 4, you were adopted by a Vietnamese family. Your father was a policeman, but then you know that. He arrested you 15 times. He was Jewish and your mother was Catholic, so naturally you went to a church that was half Catholic and half Jewish called St. Cohen's.
Right.
You remember your parish priest, Father Goldstein?
Yeah, oh, wonderful man, yes.
And
right.
how he used to call out the bingo numbers in Yiddish so the Mix couldn't win? Yes. You attended St. Cohen's Primary School. And even then you were taller than the other kids in your class, mainly because you were 16. And you remember how when they went out to recess, you stayed in and shaved. You later went to DeWitt Clinton High School in the Bronx, where your big disappointment was that you didn't make the football team. However, they used you for one of the goalposts. You later attended Kalamazoo State University on a basketball scholarship until you were expelled for cheating with the dean's wife. Even in those days, you were a devil, weren't you, Donnie? After university, duty called and you enlisted in the Army, where you were immediately classified 4X, which meant that in the event of war, you were a hostage.
On your first
You don't write
assignment,
this kind of stuff for me.
on your first assignment, you gain instant recognition. For those of you who don't remember, Don was the lookout at Pearl Harbor. You later went to Korea, but not as Don Lane because you served under your real name, Agent Orange. Now, you're assigned to an entertainment unit, and after your first appearance on stage, an entire regiment of soldiers defects to the enemy. It was at this time that you teamed up with a lifelong friend and formed an act called Donnie and the Duke. You win the All-Army Talent Show, and as a result, are booked for an off-Broadway review in Hong Kong. Despite the fact that the show's a flop, Donnie and the Duke go on to oblivion. Disillusioned, you go to Hawaii, where you marry for the first and only time. You have a beautiful home by an old abandoned mine, but unfortunately, the marriage doesn't work out and you're divorced. Your wife gets the house and you get the shaft. Incidentally, Don, we had hoped to fly your ex-wife Gina here for the show tonight. No, we wanted to, but she couldn't get time off from her job, her new job. As you know, it's the height of the tourist season in Scotland, and twice a day she has to swim up and down Loch Ness. Next TV producer John Collins hears you singing in a bar in Honolulu, offers you a job in Sydney, and Hawaii's gain is Australia's loss. That should have been the other way around. You set a fine example for all young performers with your dedication, hard work, and perseverance, all those things you need when you don't have talent. And after becoming a small hit in Sydney, you move to Melbourne and the Don Lane Show becomes an institution, despite the fact that some people say you belong in one. Through their appearance on your show, you become friend and confidant to such internationally known celebrities as Sammy Davis Jr., Kirk Douglas, Dolly Parton, Bo Derek, Reno the Butcher, and Franco Cazzo. Your generosity to your fellow performers and to people in general is legend, a fact you don't like publicized, but it's time the public knew. Every year at Christmas, this man goes down to Skid Row and gives all the winos new brown paper bags. After 17 years in Australia, here you are tonight doing your 500th show, which just proves the old saying that if at first you don't succeed, try again. Don Lane, this is your life, and speaking for myself, it's been great being part of it.
Thanks,
Lane.
Thank you, That was good. Tim Evans, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we got the wheel. Don't you go away. All right, we'll have some fun. We still got some fun. Good.
Hi.
And it was mechanical, and you did it with just ease. Just
Last week, Don, we told you all about HPM's decorator range, right?
To which everybody said, who cares?
Well, it's the colourful, interchangeable cover plates for light switches like so, that go on so easily. I did it. You just snap them onto the decorator wall fitting to change the colour.
They're the ones that are available in a number of different finishes to complement any room. I mean, if it happens to be, or any color scheme, if it's metal or vinyl or fabric or whatever. And they only cost around $3.
And so they cost 50 cents to make.
Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
sure.
And here's something different, too, from HPM called Diplomat. Now, you'd agree that the... What did I say?
Diplomat.
Oh, I beg your pardon. It's Dimmermat. Dimmermat, I beg your pardon. I know this product so well, too. I met it for the first time this afternoon. Now, you'd agree that the mood of a room can be easily ruined by having lights that are too bright.
That's right. But you see, with Dimmermat, a short touch like that, and that puts it on, right? On the thermal plate. And the light is on. And another short touch like that. Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait a minute. There, and it's off. See that?
And you see, with prolonged pressure like so, you receive the desired amount of dimness or brightness. Now, a little brighter, that's out now, a little brighter, you see? And as it gets brighter, it gets warmer. And also, too, it helps you save electricity, because you don't want to go near the bloody thing.
It comes in Florentine silver or gold services. It's available nationally through leading electrical retailers, electricians, and leading hardware stores.
HPM, keep on plugging.
What does that mean? But these are very nice.
Tonight on Don's 500th wheel, you could win this exciting new Toyota Corolla SE manual sedan, valued at $6,700 on the road. Your new Toyota comes to you with the compliments of Pit Stop Motors, South Yarra, St Kilda and Elsternwick, one of Australia's leading Toyota dealers. And remember, Pit Stop Motors want your business. And a week for two, a beautiful Wanderers Paradise Resort on Queensland's Whitsunday coast, flying with TAA the friendly way. And the Fab electronic sewing machine with more inbuilt features than any other in the world, plus the incredible time-saving Fab rotary ironer, total value $1,825. And from National, this exciting 63cm Slim Sonic full-colour television featuring push-button Magic Line tuning, plus the newly designed National upright vacuum cleaner. And the Kelso Cash Barrow. Your choice of the Kelso Slogger or the Kelso Lady Light Barrow, filled with $1,200 in cash.
Oh, boy. Well, this has really been, I felt sorry for you. I mean, at least I get to sit out here tonight, but you made about 8 changes.
I've enjoyed every Don,
I loved your insect.
Outside, Don, it is the funniest show to work on because there are 90 million people out there, you know, the huge group with Marsha Hines and people everywhere, but Frankie Lane's manager and his MD and the whole thing. Frankie Lane finished the interview with you, the chat with you, walked up the stairs, and the stairs behind that set over there are very narrow. So I was waiting there dressed like a mosquito. So Frankie comes along and says, "Hi." He said, "Hi," and went past, and he said to the group of people, he said, "There's a guy up there dressed like a mosquito." And just then, the Banana Man walks in. And Frankie and I said, "I think I've seen enough of that." Beautiful stuff.
Weirdo City. Hey, let me read some facts for you. Wait a minute, I got this here. Just a minute. I want you to see something. What do you mean? Where is that thing? No, there's a thing. I wanted to read something to you. There was a thing here.
I've got something there for you.
They took it away. They took it away.
Don, the Dropbox. Don, will you listen to me?
I got it. No, let me show you. I want to show you. This is something interesting. Do you know, in 500 shows, we've presented 2,463 acts.
God. And we paid for some of them, too.
That's right. Over 1,400 international artists, 96 by satellite from around the world.
That does include the Luton Girls Choir 15 times.
Yes. You and I have worn 630 different suits. Can you
I've worn 3. I keep dyeing them.
Oh, and listen to this for the wheel. This is great. Wheel contestants have won 20 caravans, 50 cars, and prizes to the value of $1,206,000.
And it's very important to mention to some of those contestants that some of the prizes will be delivered before Christmas.
Don't say
Have we given away all those cars and caravans?
Can you believe that?
That is amazing.
$1,206,000.
Also, too, a magnificent job, too, by Ken Morgan from Pit Stop Motors, who's been with us for most of the time. Cole Page Ford was with us for a little while, too.
First year and a half.
50 cars is a long time. I've got a feeling tonight a car could go off on Don's wheel. I just really have that. It'd be lovely, like being the 500th show, if a car happened to go off, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
You're not knobbling the wheel, are you?
Oh, I haven't nobbled anything for years, Don. No. Very happily married man. I've got our first contestant, Mrs. M. Casser of Lynette Street in Altona for you to meet.
Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Casser. Nice to see you.
On Family Feud.
Oh, is your mum here?
Yes, she's in there.
Was she too nervous, was she?
Too nervous.
What's her name?
Mary.
Hello, Mary. Put
Hello,
your hand up,
Mary.
Mary. It's a
How are you?
grand old name. Hello, Mary. Nice to see you.
Mary.
Good on
Okay,
you.
well, you're standing in for your mum, huh?
Yep.
And you said
Would your
you
mum
were
like a car?
She'd love one. She's got 14 kids, you see.
You've got 14 kids? Who, your mum?
My mother has.
You've got 14
no
kids?
wonder you can't get up and come over here. That's a lot of children.
It's nice to see you out, you know.
My youngest sister's 10 and a half.
10 and a half, and round about how old is the eldest?
Well, my brother's 34 now.
Oh, that is worth a round of applause. Congratulations. That is absolutely magnificent. We think that we're celebrating 500 television shows.
I think that's wonderful. Now, keep everybody away from her.
Yeah. And is it just the one husband?
Your dad passed away.
Did he? Oh, that's unfortunate. But still, of course, you've got some wonderful children, haven't you? Your mum has, including you. I bet she's very proud of you. How many have you got?
One.
How long have you been married?
13 years.
Oh, come on, come on.
Have a talk with your mother.
Yes, have a talk with your mother.
What
She's
number
never home.
What number do you want?
14.
14.
Number. Aha. Right. Let's see if we can get those waves working. What's your first name?
Grace.
Grace. Okay, Grace.
Good
Down
on
that
you,
way,
Grace.
and good luck.
If you win a car, it'll be amazing.
car from Pit Stop Motorsport. I can't believe it. Now, unfortunately, I cannot help you with the question at all because we can't allow any cheating at all on the program. You have got the chance of winning this exciting new Toyota Corolla SE manual sedan. The value is around $6,700 on the road, or anywhere for that matter. Your new Toyota comes to you with the compliments of Pit Stop Motors of South Yarra, St Kilda and Elstonwick, one of Australia's leading Toyota dealers, and the managing director is the late Ken Morgan, who was watching the program until about 2 minutes ago. Okay.
How many children did you say your mother had? 14. That's right, you've won the car!
Also tonight on Dog's Wheel, you have a chance of winning these fabulous prizes. You can win from the Australian Bullion Company. Gold to the value of $1,200. Guaranteed 99.99% pure. Gold is an investment you can appreciate while it appreciates. It's amazing how sometimes you just luck out with a question.
Unbelievable. How'd she know the answer to that was like lightning, wasn't it?
There's a week for two at Rest Point Hotel Casino, flying with TAA the friendly way. Your 7 fun-packed days include luxury suite, breakfast and dinner in the revolving restaurant. Also a $1,200 wardrobe from Anthony Squires, the international award winner. To the discriminating man, Anthony Squires' clothes are a way of life.
They dress us.
And also an exquisite diamond pendant to the value of $1,200 from Theodore Fine Jewellery, renowned for the most beautiful jewellery in Melbourne, maybe the world.
If you're waiting for the World Series, we'll only be a couple of minutes.
Yes.
Who's our next contestant?
Second contestant on is Mrs. I. Plunkett of...
Yeah, but who's the contestant?
Mrs. I. Plunkett.
I know you do, but who's the contestant?
I. Plunkett.
I know you do, but who's the contestant?
I don't plunk it, and I don't knock it. It's Mrs. I. Plunkett of First Avenue in Maroubra in New South Wales.
Let's have a contest. I say Ida. What do you say?
I say either.
No.
Oh.
I for the I.
Oh, the I.
Plunkett. Ida or Ivy?
Ivy for sure. I would bet my bottom dollar.
I say Ida or Iris.
Ivy for
Iris.
me.
Hello?
Hello, Don.
Who is this?
Irene Plunkett.
Irene, see? I said Irene.
We're all wrong. Right. Irene, how are you?
Very well.
We're terribly sorry. The car all went off.
Would you like a caravan there, Irene, at all?
Can you use it?
I mean, any nervous than what I am.
Oh, you don't have to be nervous, my
It can't be the car, love. If you had your choice, what would it be?
The car.
No, it can't be the car.
Can't be the car.
We can't cheat. We can't give away two in the one night.
What else would you like for our 500 show? Is there another prize?
Gold.
The what? The gold? Oh, well, I don't
How much is the gold worth?
The gold is very, very difficult for you to win. Here it is. Here.
How much is it worth?
Wait a minute. I'm trying to find the gold.
Here we are.
Here it is.
Just hang on a
Australian
sec.
Bullion Company, number 4.
It's worth $1,200. Yes.
What number do you want to start on, my dear?
5.
She wants to start on 5.
Start on 5.
And
Look, it
she's
doesn't
hoping-
matter. Oh, that's very important. Okay, your number.
She's
number...
hoping to land on 4.
Okay. You want to start on 5.
Yeah.
Here we go. Nice big spin there and bang.
All right.
Isn't that incredible? From the Australian Bullion Company, gold to the value of... Isn't that amazing? $1,200, guaranteed 99.999% pure. Gold is an investment you can appreciate while it appreciates.
To believe that in one night it could all go off. Big John, stand up for a minute, will you? Just for a second. Stand up for a minute. Just give me an oh yeah, one of those big ones. Just put the mic over there. Just a second. Oh yeah. Stand up, John. Good. Okay, big one. Go ahead. Oh yeah. Who is that singer he was just imitating? Hello?
Louis Armstrong.
Yes!
How about that? You got the gold, too. Isn't that
If
wonderful?
you'd like to be on Don's Wheel, Post Office Box 333, Richmond, Victoria, tote that barge, Victoria, 3121.
I don't think she knows what happened to us.
Incidentally, just in case any correspondence is entered into, it was by sheer fluke this evening we gave away those magnificent prizes. But I would like you to remember, too, it is our 500th show, and that happens only once in every 500 shows.
What Bert's trying to say is that if any of you whose prizes are being given away want to complain... I have Mrs. V. Smythe. Now, that's Smythe because there's a Y in it.
Yes, that's the toffee way of saying Smith.
Smythe.
Yep. And I've got Maury Young of Cranbourne Drive. Here we go again with the eyes. Where's that? Cranbourne Drive.
Cranbourne. 3977. What's that?
In Cranbourne.
In Cranbourne.
So Maury Young and V. Smythe.
Can I tell you what a terrific thing it's been working with you? 500 shows, kid, and you've been fantastic through every one of them, and your success has gone on bigger and bigger, and it's fantastic, and I love it. Okay?
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
See you Thursday.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday. Take it easy. I got to come back and give one of these away. World Series coming up. Game 5. Yankees in the so true. I never thought that I feel so good inside. Don't you feel me? There you go.
Just before you say goodnight, I just wanted to say something on behalf of everybody associated with the show, and indeed the management and staff of Channel 9. We want to say what a ball it's been for 6.5 years. And we put our thinking caps on and tried to get hold of something we thought that you would like. She wasn't available. What a lot of people might not realise about Don is that there's a very quiet and a very artistic sense to his personality. And he mightn't even realise, but I knew a long time ago how much he enjoys Australian paintings and watercolours. And I've got one here to present to you on behalf of the management, staff, artists, crew, everybody who works with you. It's a beautiful painting. It's called
brilliant.
Hauling in the Nets. And it's by G.H. Townsend. And he died in 1969. It's a very valuable painting, I might mention to you.
I'll tell you what, that's fantastic.
It really is beautiful, isn't it?
Can you see that correctly? Yes.
And that, by the way, comes off just in case you want to put it on the wall or whatever you want to do.
No, I'll leave that on.
So that's from all of us, and thanks for 6.5 years.
Thanks. Thank you very much. You know, sitting up here and being out front, of course, you cop most of what they want to talk about, and your name is in the front. And if they want to criticize you, of course, your name comes first, because it is the Don Lane Show and all that. But without sounding like I'm being corny, my stay in Australia has been an absolutely brilliant one. I'm doing things here that I could never do in America. And I don't think I ever will, quite frankly. And this kind of a show doesn't function with just Bert and myself coming up front and clowning around or sitting down and chatting with somebody and so forth. There are a lot of people around here that put a lot of time and a lot of effort. We've got the finest orchestra in all of television. Absolutely. And upstairs and on the floor here, the boys that work on the cameras and the fellas that work in staging, and Max's boys and Adrian, our floor manager, and all the people who have worked on this show over the 6.5 years that we've been here have all been responsible for any degree of success that we have attained. And I thank them, from Colin Stevenson, the best sound man in the whole world, to Fritz, our lighting man, and Peter Feynman, Bert's and my mentor. A genius in television, and without a doubt, the only thing that has ever made Bert and I, who had very careers that were waning, and neither one of us knew where we were going to go. That man up there, who's directing right now, did it all for us and showed us the right way. So it's by no means just a two-man effort. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot of people down here who care, and this is the best production house in Australia, and I thank them for letting me work. Good night. I love you.